Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the West Ham Way YouTube channel. It's a brand new video and it's a brand new setting. I mean, look how professional this looks. I mean, listen, I had to make the upgrade. Before we had a bunch of clutter in the background. We had some stuff on the walls. It didn't look too good. And to be honest, I sat there and thought to myself, how can I make the experience a little bit better for you guys, the viewers? How can I make myself feel better about the videos I'm making? Because at the end of the day, I'm just some bloke in a room making videos about West Ham, but I want to make it as good as I possibly can. So I made the new background. I hope you guys like it. I think it looks a lot better. But let's get straight into the video today, which is, of course, talking about the Liverpool-West Ham game. Definitely a case of missed chances today. I mean, listen, 3-1 is not a bad scoreline at Anfield by any means, especially with the way we played. I think 3-1 is almost kind of unfair. I think the fact we never even took the lead in the game is quite unfair as well. I mean, if we look at the game from a chronological point of view, Souček's head in the first half, before they even score, get their penalty. Could he have done better? Maybe, but I think it's just a really good save. And of course, the Antonio chance. I mean, if you're going to come on social media and say that we're going to finish higher than Liverpool, and you go to Anfield and you get a free header at the back post and you fluff it like that, I mean, I wouldn't want to be Antonio right now, if I'm honest with you. And funnily enough, Souček did say prior to the game, "Oh yeah, we could finish above Liverpool, but it's down to him to score the goals to get us there." And ultimately didn't do that. And of course, in classic West Ham fashion, if you don't score when you're on top, you ruin your chances. And again, clumsily sticks his leg out on a counter attack, and Salah's brought down. Penalty for me, to be honest. I can't, I don't think anyone's arguing that. But again, once again, I think last week the Bernardo Silva goal, was it? I think, or might have been the Haaland goal. The ball came up in the air and he mistimed his jump, and they basically got a free shot of goal. Prior to that, he also got a red card. So he's not having the best start to the season, to be honest. And we all know there's a good player in there. We all know there's a good defender in there. But, I do kind of think that maybe he's on a bit of a downward spiral. And you look how good Mavropanos was when he played in Europa League. And you wonder, maybe whether it's time for him to be dropped and to put Dinos in there. But I think that's a case for another video. Regardless, Salah puts away the penalty. And I think the reaction from us is very good. We basically just pick up where we left off, trying to emulate what we were doing at the start of the game. And it pays off, wonderful ball from Paqueta into Bowen. Bowen knocks it down, played into Soufal. Soufal, lovely ball into the box. And Jarrod Bowen does what Jarrod Bowen does and scores a header at most as well. And I think Soufal as well has got to get a lot of credit for that goal. I think his delivery's gotten a lot better this season. We've already seen a similar chance where the ball was put across to Ward-Prowse and he did a diving header as well. So I think that's 2 assists in 2 weeks for Soufal against some pretty tough opponents, both goal involvements in our goals. So, but yeah, I mean, we move on from that. It's 1-1 going into half time. We think, right, we can reset now. We can go into the next half. We'll do what we did at the start of the first half and hopefully we'll nick that goal. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And once again, Zuma and Aguerd don't pick up their man in Nunes. He gets in between the two centre-backs, which is horrendous in itself. How are you allowing a big guy like Nunes to get in between you? Someone's got to be in front of him. Someone's got to be, on his shoulder. But he just, the gap's too big and the ball's over the top. And it's a great finish from Nunes to score. And then, Diogo Jota compiles our misery. Prior to that, Jarrod Bowen as well had a good chance to head the ball in the back of the net. But again, that was a bit of a mistimed jump. So definitely a case of missed chances at Liverpool. It seems like we've got the opposite problem to last season. Last season, our problem was we couldn't create enough chances, but defensively, we were pretty sound and we got the job done. But this season, it seems like we're making a lot of defensive mistakes, but we're creating a lot of chances. And, it always seems that way, doesn't it? It always seems like you can't get everything right. But I think the defence, it only needs a little bit of tweaking. I think Emerson is a good defender. Soufal's good. Alvarez is a very good covering midfielder. Again, he looks so composed today. Zuma, I think, was decent as well. But again, question marks. I'm looking at him and thinking, if someone else was on the pitch, would we maybe have been able to do something else? I'm not sure. I mean, I think at the end of the day, you look at the start of the season, 6 games, 10 points. I think you take that. You look at the start of the season and you say, right, we've got Bournemouth, and prior to the start of the season, you probably say that's a win. I would have said a draw, and that's what I predicted. But I think most West Ham fans would say, right, Bournemouth, that's a win. Brighton, that's a loss. Chelsea, that's a loss. City, that's a loss. Liverpool, that's a loss. And Luton, that's a win. So essentially, we're expected to get 6 points from our opening 6 games, and we've ended up getting 10. We're ended up getting 4 points better, beating the likes of Chelsea, beating the likes of Brighton. And yes, we've conceded 6 goals against City and Liverpool, but the important thing is we've come into those games with positives. You know, we've come out of those games looking like a decent team still. You know, it wasn't the case that we got battered 3-0 and then we picked up a goal. You know, in the City game, we took the lead. In the Liverpool game, we could have taken the lead. You know, we brought it back to 1-1 and then, you know, it came 2-1. We had our chances. And at the end of the game, it just got away from us and they put that third goal in to put it to bed. But you look at those 2 games, you know, City, Liverpool, and yes, 6 goals conceded, 2 goals scored, but you got to look at it from the point of view that we're starting these games strongly. You know, a big problem at West Ham is we always end up, you know, conceding first, chasing the game, and then, you know, by the time we get the goal, then they've got the chance to recuperate and go forward and just blitz us. But this season we've been a lot better, you know, at scoring the first goal. You know, I'm pretty sure we've scored the first goal in every single one of our matches, bar that Liverpool game, actually, because we scored first against Bournemouth, we scored first against Chelsea, Brighton, Luton, and against Man City. So yeah, that's the first time this season that we haven't scored first. So I think you really got to take some positives. I know people are going to look at this result and think, oh, you know, Moyes should have made different subs, or oh, Aged's crap, you know, he should have done this for the penalty, or blah, blah, blah. But look at it from a broad perspective. You know, 6 games in, we faced some really, really tough sides, and we managed to recuperate 10 points. And in every single one of those games, we have scored first. We've been on the front foot. Yeah, maybe at the end of the game, it's a different story, but I think that's really, really positive. And our new signings have all looked really good. Ward-Prowse, bit of a quiet game today again, but you know, again, this is the first time he's not registered an assist or a goal in a game. People are going to have off days, you know. Lucas Paqueta today, amazing, brilliant. I mean, he absolutely ran the show. Jared Bowen, another goal, 4 goals in the league. 4 goals in the league. I mean, he's absolutely on fire at the moment. I know Haaland, the robot's got 8, but, you know, we are talking about Erling Haaland here. I think Son's got like 6 or 5 or something like that. I think it's probably 6, but, you know, Bowen's like the 3rd top scorer in the league and he's doing absolutely bits. I think you look at, on another day, we could have been 2-0 up in that Liverpool game, and we're talking about a very, very different post-match reaction here. So all in all, I think we just got to take the positives from that one. You know, I think Moyes knows what his best team is. Obviously, he went with 3 in midfield today. Whether that's the right call or not, I'm not sure. I think Liverpool have a weak midfield anyway, so I think you probably get away with not doing that. I think we need to utilise our new signings. Kudus, for me, has to come in, scored 2 goals, really good driving force in the team. I think he needs to come in. I think today we had Paqueta, Bowen, Ward-Prowse kind of in the 8. So I think you dropped someone like Souček. And don't get me wrong, Souček didn't have a bad game today, actually. He really didn't. He had a good header that was saved, and he almost set up Antonio for an assist. But I just think for the balance of the team, if you had Alvarez and Ward-Prowse, and then you had Paqueta in the middle, completely just running the show, and then you had someone like Kudus on the left and Bowen on the right. Yes, I know Kudus can't necessarily play that position, but even if Kudus played in the 10 and Paqueta was out on the left, or however you want to spin it, we need to put Kudus in that team. And a lot of people have been calling for Mavropanos to come in for Aged. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow of my thoughts on that. But personally, as a little preview, I wouldn't see the harm in dropping Aged at the moment. I think sometimes it does a player good. And you know, I think Mavropanos is a very good player. So overall, 6 games in, 10 points, only lost to City, only lost to Liverpool. I think we've got to take some positives. I think we played very, very good football. And another day we could have won it 2 or 3. But I guess we just got to pick ourselves up and go for the next game, which I think is Lincoln in the Cup. So that'll be a good chance for us to recuperate, maybe rest some players, get the likes of Mubama having some chances. Get your rotational players in, maybe play again for that one for a bit of confidence, who knows? But we'll definitely look out for that one. But Liverpool 3, West Ham 1, lost on the day. But on any other day, it could have been a different result.